This is a
Oh,
ZVZ
purple and
where the
pink?
colors are purple and pink.
They must hate us. That's what it has to be, Metal Teeth. They
There
hate
is
us.
nothing worse in the world. Right, I say worse in the world. Worse in StarCraft than casting a ZVZ where the players are purple and pink.
Yeah, I mean, good luck seeing this. It's almost like you need that stronger team colors mod.
Which will be going away in 1.5.
Yeah, kind of weird. But Arcade comes out in 1.5. I might play a custom game for once. I don't know.
I like to play them. Model battles are fun.
They are pretty fun. They are pretty fun. If you get like a good comp, if you get like terrible stuff like Marine Phoenix, like okay, like
That's why I like the model battle format that was created for Total Biscuits tournament. But anyways,
Yep.
we're into this game, so let's introduce the players here. Spawning here in the bottom left position, it is our Pink Zerg, Neo Potato. The most, I mean, other than the Booth, the most interesting name in the tournament.
yeah, new potato, huh?
And spawning here in the top position, it is our Purple Zerg from the Ohio State CSL team. It is Cornswallow.
Yeah, Cornswallow, a pretty good player. Ohio State's got a pretty decent CSL team, if I understand correctly. But what I don't like about these guys is these flippin' team colors, man. Purple and pink, going to be really hard to distinguish. Banelings are going to look like they're destroying their cousins. And the good lucks have funds are out. So, ZVZ is such an interesting matchup. I mean, it feels very coin flippy to the player, but in reality, I feel like there's some kind of meta strategy behind it. Daybreak.
It's very much similar to PvP, where people think, you know, oh, it's just a coin flip matchup. It's an all-in matchup, but it's a lot more macro, micro, and skill based than just, oh, make banelings win.
Right, exactly. And on this map, Daybreak, very big map. Granted, two spawning positions, but very big map. So wouldn't be surprised to see both players go 15 hatch, and that looks like what they're going up to right now. Both players kind of having this gentleman's agreement that they're going to 15 hatch and play a straight up ZVZ, as Cornswallow's drone is about to get over to the natural of Neo Potato
Neo
and Scout.
Potato is going to go pool first on 15, and yeah, it looks like Cornswallow is going to go hatch first. Now, pretty much in this case, the game becomes Neo Potato has to be the aggressor, Cornswallow has to be the defender.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Neo Potato can deny this natural, to kill some drones, he'll take a lead and he can safely take his expansion. If Cornswallow can hold this natural without much damage, he will have the increased production and he will have the advantage.
Well, it looks like Cornswallow is going to go ahead and try to throw down an expansion. Or I'm sorry, Neo Potato is going to go ahead and try to throw down an expansion of his own over here. And the colors are messing with me already. And he gets it down, so it's actually just more of a defensive pool opening. Probably won't be throwing any kind of early aggression down at all.
And
Maybe a little bit.
And pretty much at this point, with Cornswallow's pool coming up, by the time Lings from Neo Potato get here, Cornswallow will be fine. And he's even getting a gas. Actually, both players getting their first gas up.
Yeah, Neo Potato is grabbing his first two lings, and that looks like that's all he's going to go for is the pair. And those are just going to get up here, scout, and be like, yep, you have an expansion. Yep, you have a pool and some gas. Cool. And then he's probably going to go home with them, not get too crazy with those.
Now, here's a question, Jorman. Since you are a Zerg player, I've been wondering this a lot lately. We see now in ZVT the new 4-queen opening getting a ton of creep spread. In ZVP, creep spread is pretty important. What do you think, is creep spread that important in ZVZ? Because it helps you, but it also helps your opponent.
Yeah, I kind of look at my personal opinion. I'd actually love to talk to like an Idra about it, or a machine or something about it. But my personal opinion is that the creep spread, the speed is negligible, right? It can't. Both of you get speed from it, but the vision of creep spread is fantastic. Because think about it, if Cornswallow, as we do see the lings coming in here poking around that are going to probably get cleaned up here and run away, if the creep spread from Cornswallow gets out to this first Zelnaga watchtower, Cornswallow has vision of half the map, and when Neo Potato gets close and starts staging an attack, then you're going to know, like, oh, wow, he's right there. Rather, if your creep spread is just connecting your bases, you would have no idea about that attack otherwise.
Alright, well, that makes sense. But as we were talking about that, Cornswallow has thrown down a Baneling Nest, and Neo Potato just has an Evo Chamber coming up now. No other forces whatsoever.
Yeah, it looks like maybe we're going to see the +1 Carapace here out of Neo Potato, and then the Baneling standard play out of Cornswallow, going from that Ling Bane to then some...
Right. Two Banelings are morphing in from Cornswallow. Where are they morph? Alright, it looks like these are just defensive Banelings.
Yeah, two at the top of the ramp, and that's just where they'll sit. In the case of any Ling run buys, they'll go right up to the top of the ramp and then explode. Spinecrawler is moving up there to get in a slightly better position, like to keep that at the edge of your creep.
Now, Neo Potato just finished 12 lings, and his speed is going to finish before Cornswallow's, and he has +1 armor on the way for his Zerglings. So it looks like Neo Potato is going for a bit of an aggressive play here, and considering the fact that he was the one with that early pull, he kind of needs to do it, but with 2 defensive banelings and 2 more morphing in along with his Spinecrawler, it won't be able to do much damage.
Yeah, I don't think so at all either. Poor control here from Neo Potato could actually end this game, and whoa, that got pretty scary there. Looks like the queen might get picked off, but here comes the Baneling's going to swing in.
Baneling's going to save that queen.
Yep, all for the queen. Oh, man. It's funny how, like, 2 really good casters, like, no matter where they are, like Tasteless and Artosis, for example, when they get seen Banelings next to Lings, they all just resort to the same thing. Yeah. And,
but yeah, it looks like Neo Potato is going to pull away. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Almost nothing. Neo Potato has lost 150, Cornswallow 25.
Yeah, I mean 51 to 50 supply here. +1/+1 is on the way for Neo Potato.
And we do have a layer on the way here from Cornswallow.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see him go ahead and drop down the Roach Warren and Infestation Pit. Probably actually just the Infestation Pit,
although,
since this Ling Ultra
phase. With all of these gases coming, Spire's Spire is viable as well.
Spire is very viable with the 4 gases. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see some Infestor play, which would be very good against these Lings. Mutas wouldn't be good against the mobility of the Lings, in my opinion.
The thing is, though,
but maybe Cornswallow has a thing.
You use that more for taking map control and denying trying to kill drones and such. But having engagement up here at the 3rd base, as we see Neo Potato is trying to take his 3rd base, and Cornswallow will not be able to deny it for now.
Yeah, no, the layer is just now finishing. We will see the tech that Cornswallow wants to go in. Neo Potato, I'm going to go ahead and make the guess that we are going to see the Ling Ultra Infestor out of him. And you're right, Metal Teeth, there is the Spire being thrown down right by the Baneling Nest.
Yeah, I mean, there was the fact that he took those 4 gases almost instantly was very, very telling of a Spire play. You don't need those 4 gases if you're going Roach Ling. And, we got some big Banelings coming in here, but not getting the best shots, actually.
Not getting any shots at all, but 2 exploding over just 1 Ling. 1 Baneling with such low health, actually. If he was just... There we go. Very nicely done. And with the Carapace upgrade, Banelings are not enough to kill Lings. And the 3rd base for Cornswallow is going to fall.
That is a big lead for Neo Potato now, because his 3rd has just finished. And the Lings are pushing up into the main. There are a Spinecrawler, another Baneling, and a bunch of Lings, so I think Cornswallow should hold this.
Yeah, he should be just fine. He's got a pretty good defensive position here. The big problem is, how does he move out and take his 3rd base? Baneling's going off. Very nicely done there. Baneling was very cost efficient. You look at the units lost, how Neo Potato behind in that department, losing 250 more resources than his opponent. 275 resources more, excuse me.
He is catching up, though, with that cancel that 3rd. He's got his own 3rd running now. Now remember, the resources lost is not always exactly how the game's going. I've seen games where the guy who wins has a lot more resources lost.
Oh, right, absolutely.
But we do have 5 mutas coming out here from Cornswallow, and, you know, this could work pretty well. And now, Neo Potato now, his 4th base is essentially a macro hatch, so he's got 4 hatches worth of production. Cornswallow has 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a pretty good position economically and infrastructure-wise. This Overseer did go into the main of Neo Potato. Is going to see that there's no Spore Crawlers. My mutas should be free to just go ahead and play. 3 are making their way over to the 3rd right now. 6 more on the way, as well as an Infestation Pit.
Now, the Infestation Pit will be very good, but the Infestors are still a good ways away, because you want to be starting those Infestors about now. And we have these first couple mutas on the way. There's no queens at this 3rd to stop them. Instantly making Spore Crawlers. Very nice reaction here from Neo Potato. But at the same time, we have Lings running up into the natural. He's running straight up into the main.
Oh, he's straight in the main. Yeah, wow. And it looks like some Lings will get in here. Might pick off this queen. There is way out of position here. Cornswallow's
He's
Lings
focusing down the lair, actually. And it doesn't happen.
I don't know if this is a good decision.
Cornswallow gets back in time. The mutas are still doing tons of damage over here. Neo Potato's 3rd. He's taking out every single drone. He's going to get this hatch as well.
The hatch for Cornswallow is going down, or for Neo Potato is going down, and Cornswallow cleans up the Ling aggression in the main, so poor control there by Neo Potato. Not good decision making to focus down that layer is going to put Neo Potato in a little bit of a strife here. The 3rd base falling right now.
And we're going up to a very fast high from Cornswallow.
Yeah, I'm wondering what we're going to see possibly.
It's looking, I don't know, with the fact that he's got Spire out already, he's getting Passenger Glance. It looks like we're going for Broodlord, Corruptor, Infestor, but a nice fungal does try to stop some of Cornswallow's mutas, but...
Two good fungals back-to-back there.
Oh, now he's got the chain fungals going.
Yeah, chain fungals, but the infestors are out of energy. Two more, about 50% of the way down. These queens here, holding off the aggression for now, have a couple transfuses left available. And the Muta is actually going to run away from this Ling fight here. The Ling's more upgraded for Neo Potato.
Yeah, see, the upgrades for Cornswallow are 1 attack, nothing else, and the Lings for, oh wow, 2-2. That is very telling. Neo Potato's going for the Ultra Ling Infestor, while it looks like Cornswallow has to survive long enough to get those Broodlords out.
And the big thing that scares me, if Cornswallow decides to go...
Oh, that's a huge Baneling hit, but
oh, wow, right there, that Baneling's sitting perfectly inside the
Gonna
natural.
get a Queen down, and then he looks like he's going to focus on drones this time. No, enough Lings for Cornswallow to defend.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious about Cornswallow if he will actually have the mobility to deal with Ling Ultralisk, because if he does decide to go like
he is throwing down his Ultralisk pit.
Yeah,
or
I think that's a good decision, because even though he already has the Spire, Broodlords are so immobile, and against this heavy aggressive Ling attacks phase that we're seeing right here, Neo Potato's swinging down here, going to the third. There is a Baneling there actually, and that could be actually very dangerous. Banelings did.
Oh, well, nice play there from Neo Potato, using 1 to sack it, and
very nice.
Not enough Lings here from Cornswallow to defend this third for now.
Especially with the upgrades. Look at that, the Queen will fall. 2 Banelings are swinging in here, and they're going to get out. Nice Baneling usage. Very excellent, nice micro with the Lings there.
You know what I noticed? Cornswallow hasn't gotten Baneling speed yet, and that has been killing him this game. Oh, that's a big hit though.
Baneling, but a lot of Lings will get into the main here. The upgrades for Neo Potato are carrying him. +2 attack for Cornswallow's Lings. About to finish right now, but it's +2 Carapace days away, as well as the Ultralisk. Chitinous plating is going to give the +2 armor to Ultralisk is on the way as well.
But Neo Potato's rallying Lings, and he almost lost a couple of them there if he had run them up. But the big thing though is right now, Neo Potato is hurting for production. He's lost his third base, and he's just now rebuilding it. Cornswallow's third has been up and running for quite a while. Now, if you look at the workers killed, it's about even, 14 to 10. Look at the worker count, 57 for Cornswallow, 46 for Neo Potato, so...
Yeah. I mean, the army supply for Cornswallow is drastically ahead as well, almost double that of his opponent.
And the Ultralisk have popped.
83. Yeah, I mean, the tech is higher up for Cornswallow. Chitinous plating is about 50% of the way down, +3, +2 is on the way.
But look at how many Infestors Neo Potato has.
Oh, wow, he's got tons of them out on the field right now.
11 Infestors. None actually for Cornswallow, despite the fact that he did research passaging glands.
Nice transfuse there on the Queen, but both of these will fall. Will the Fungals go down? Nice traps. All of the Mutalisks here at the third base of Neo Potato, so very nicely done. Some Mutalisks will fall, yes, but I think losing all of these Mutalisks is very bad for Cornswallow, not a good trade at all.
Oh, and huge amount of Lings running down to this third, but they're going to encounter Ultras.
Yeah, Ultras kind of beat Lings. Not very good there, and looks like Neo Potato is going to go ahead.
I believe there's a video. This is back from like in beta. 1 Ultra beats 500 Lings.
Wow.
Or maybe it was 500. Maybe it was 500 drones.
Yeah, I feel like 500 drones.
Whatever it is, I don't know, but essentially, yeah, the Ultras beat Lings. Ultras beat Lings, especially the fact that now, he has chitinous plating. He has. They're 2-3 or 3-2, whichever way you want to say, 3 armor. +3 attack is on the way. He's getting +2. Wait, what?
He's getting +2 Carapace, just now finished.
Now the Ultras are 4-2.
Yeah, and that's pretty solid. And here comes the aggression. Fungals are going down. Infested Terrans being plopped out, but those aren't going to help a lot at all either. The third base from Neo Potato.
He's not even going to carry. He's just going to take this third down and leave.
Yeah. I mean, and looks like he might lose an Ultralisk here. That might get surrounded, but still, nonetheless, the damage has been done. 161 supply to 115.
This Ultralisk is derping everywhere, and it will go down. But the thing is, though,
killed something.
But still, Neo Potato has lost his third again. Cornswallow is now up and running very nicely. He could honestly stand to take its 4th base, and Neo Potato is almost pretty much forced into, well, I kind of have to attack.
Yeah, I mean, might as well just make a bunch of units, then go attack. 2 Infested Terrans are going to take out this Overlord. I don't know why I thought that was funny. It's just like, no, Overlord, you're not going to make it.
Actually, it might survive. No, it doesn't.
And we do have, looks like the army is staging for Cornswallow. No, it's just going to go ahead and pull back at the third. And look at that Ultralist army. We have 11 Ultralists just chilling there, and that's enough to go ahead and take them out single-handedly alone, I think. 125 to supply to 174 supply in favor of Cornswallow. Cornswallow, his game to lose after shutting down this third twice.
Oh, definitely. I'm like, just look at the resources lost. Again, though, like I was saying, sometimes the games don't say properly. Cornswallow has lost more resources, but the thing is, though, Neo Potato's taking his third for the third time, and Lings aren't exactly the best army to keep trading with.
Yeah, and look at Cornswallow's bank, 600 minerals in the bank, spinning that down a little bit now, actually going up to 20 links in production, and I think he's just got too big of an economy to deal, too big of an economy to be dealt with. Neo Potato tried to desperately grab 2 hatches, but I don't think it's going to mean anything at all here when these two armies engage.
There's a single ultra out for Neo Potato, but, one ultra, yeah, deal with, 15 ultras. And we have the big engagement here.
15. Fungals don't really matter on Ultralists, and we're seeing that right now. Nice potential surrounding here by Neo Potato. Pretty good control, and actually gives it up. And it looks like Neo Potato is going to be put out of position here by Cornswallow. Swing around. His third base just popped, and it's going to go down.
Well, everything's just gone down. Yeah, throw up Infested Terrans to try to act as Fungals, but actually they're just choking the Ultras into killing the Infestors, and Neo Potato's down to 125 supply. Now he's attacking with Lings, and Lings are not exactly good against Ultralists, and this is looking like an unlosable position for Cornswallow.
Yeah, 183 supply to 94, and looks like the Ultras will clean up the last of the standing army. 4 Ultras are about to pop. 4 Ultras are about to pop for Cornswallow as well. The count's 14-2 right now before these Ultralists pop. +3/+3 ground carapace is about
and
to
this 4th base is going to go down too.
Yeah, I mean, that's 4 lost bases for Neo Potato in this game. 1,200 minerals, even 2 Banelings are coming across the map. And after some early scary aggression from Neo Potato, Cornswallow dealt with it very well. Now 100 supply more than his opponent, 97 to 192.
Yeah,
These drones are...
Neo Potato's throwing up spine crawlers in his natural and desperation, but I mean, I'm sorry, that's Cornswallow throwing up the spine crawlers. But yeah,
and I like that.
What exactly can Neo Potato do? He's down to 65 supply. Cornswallow's at 170. Nice transfuses on these Ultras, trying to keep them survive, but transfuse all you want. You're not going to outlive this many Ultras. I don't know who Ultras are who's right now.
Neo Potato certainly gave a fighting fight there, but the well-played came out from Neo Potato. And Cornswallow takes game 1 in a pretty convincing fashion. Neo Potato is going to have to do some work if he wants to stay in this tournament.
Yeah, I would not actually be surprised. I mean, Neo Potato just showed that, or Cornswallow just showed that he's better in a macro game. I would not be surprised to see something out of Neo Potato, like a 10 pull all-in or a 7 roach rush or something.
Right.
I feel like he almost has to. Cornswallow, especially after both players win that 15 hatch first game.
Yeah, and we do have some updates from the bracket here. Dissonance, who we casted in the very first game. Not to jump away from that right now, but I just got really excited about this. Dissonance wins his round 2 and is going to be focusing actually on Bales in round 3.
Well, that's going to be a very good game.
Yeah, let me see here. Who just won that game? Potato lost.
Yeah, well, we're going into game 2, though.
Yeah, we are getting ready to go into game 2. I was messaging admin about maps and stuff.
All right, well, before we go into game number 2 here, we will go to a quick commercial break here. So we will be back in 1 minute, guys. So hang tight for game 2 between Cornswallow and Neo Potato.
Oh, really?
It was like 4-1 the show match went to QXC, with Aerosendon being the only one to win. So Aerosendon's a good player, but we are now into this next game here, game number 2. So go ahead and introduce the players.
All right,
Jordan.
Up here in the top left-hand corner position, spawning as the purple Protoss, or purple Zerg. He's a Zerg player, believe it or not. It is Cornswallow up game 1. Down here and in the bottom right-hand corner, the player facing elimination after some failed early aggression that didn't do too much damage. It is the pink Zerg, Neo Potato. So I think we just determined purple is a cooler color than pink.
Well, at least that's what that game says.
Yeah, that's what that game says. Maybe this game will see something different. Neo Potato needs to go ahead and take this game if he wants to stay in this tournament and have a shot at the top 8 of this tournament.
I'm not actually sure where in the brackets they are. Yes, so actually, the loser of this game and the loser of the other round 4 losers bracket would probably actually have to play a single match to determine who gets 9th and who gets 8th, because that is actually a big difference. Top 8 will go to next season, because this is not a one-off tournament. This is a longer form league format. And next season will be very similar with a 16-person regional finals where the top 2 will feed into the national finals where they play $40,000 prize pool. The top 8 from this regional finals will automatically go to the next regional finals. The bottom 8, or in this case 1, will go to the up and down matches where they will play the top 8 from the open tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting because that 9th position, the 9th player in this tournament, you never want to be that 9th guy who missed it by 1 slot either. So these matches right here now that we're watching matter so much as we do see the 15 hatch dropping down there from Cornswallow and the early pool coming down there once again from Neo Potato.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a surprise really. I mean, same exact thing. I expected Neo Potato to do something a little bit different there.
Yeah, I did as well, to be honest. Maybe go for some 15 hatch, but Ohana, which means family, is a bit of a smaller map. So I mean, that defensive pool there, not necessarily such a bad idea. On kind of smaller maps in ZVZ, I do see a lot of pros, and myself even like to take that pool first because a 10 pool with drones would just wreck a 15 hatch. So both players getting to do what they want there, and both players are going to be fine. And we're going to transition into a little bit of some early-ish mid game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Neo Potato can play, I hate saying it like this, but better, because he did not play very well last game against Cornswallow. He just took too much damage, constantly losing his third, and that just kept putting him more and more behind. And we do see both players having that gas out. We'll have to see whether they continue getting gas past 100 or if this is just for speed and then they get out of gas. I would have to guess that Cornswallow is probably going to get out of gas, but never mind, he just threw down a bailing nest.
Oh, well, so Cornswallow is saying, hey, I mean, I'm up 1 game. I might as well try for some bailing aggression here. But he does have this hatch, mind you, so that it's not some kind of crazy all-in type of play. We do see speed coming out for Neo Potato, and holding off on speed is Cornswallow right now. Two Lings do get in and scout that bailing nest, though.
Yeah, that's actually a bit of a key moment now. The key point is that I think most players seem to forget is it's not necessarily seeing the building. He has to actually click on it to see what it is, and I didn't see him click on it. Not saying he didn't. He might have. I just didn't notice it. So that could have been a problem if he didn't click on it and doesn't know it's coming.
Could have been. I did not see him click on it either, but at the same time, you don't know. I mean, it's also easy to suspect. It's kind of a bigger building, like graphically, and at this stage in the game, you can almost expect
it's either going to be a bailing nest or a very fast roach warren.
Right, and you're pretty much playing in just I need to make some lings and some spine crawlers, and I mean, the gas, all these guys in gas, that should have been another tip-off to Neo Potato as well, seeing that he's mined about 300 gas now out of these geysers.
Yeah, both players leaving 3 in their single gas geysers, and really, other than those 2 defensive bailings, this game is looking really identical for both players. Cornswallow has the Queen and Spine Crawler at his front, Neo Potato has his Queen and Spine Crawler at his front, and Cornswallow will get a single ling in here, and he will scout and see that there's no bailing nest, no roach warren, and just a single gas geyser.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to see.
He did see the Evo Chamber, which is the one key difference in the build, actually. And ooh, Neo Potato getting a second Evo Chamber, while Cornswallow just getting a single Evo Chamber.
Huh, Neo Potato looks like he's going to go for those +1/+1 upgrades that we saw him go for in the last game. Cornswallow going to be behind ever so slightly after those 2 Evo Chambers do get rolling, but I mean, Cornswallow played a pretty good game, so I don't think he's too worried about some upgrades right now, because this is exactly what happened in Game 1.
Yeah, he was behind in upgrades, and then he just got 11 Ultralisk and won. I feel like, I almost feel like that's one of those, like, do you watch the When Cheese Fail series?
I've watched it. I can't say I watch it regularly.
Okay, well, one game, probably one of the more famous games, features a player named Fire to Blaze, who was absolutely atrocious for 95% of the game. He got up to like 10,000 minerals, just banked, and was doing nothing with it. And he was about to lose the game. And then he made 20 Ultralisks. And that just won him the game. The Protoss had this big Stalker Colossi army, and then 20 Ultralisks showed up, and he wins. And it was just the most ridiculous game ever. So I feel like, with better micro and macro, of course, but Cornswallow played very much like that, you know, just stayed alive long enough, then all of a sudden, oh hey, I have, you know, 10 Ultralisks. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah. And something that should be noted about this game right now, Neo Potato go ahead and throwing down a 3rd hatch and breaking down those rocks that we talked about in our first series with Dissonance. And Neo Potato looks like he's going to go ahead and try to grab the economic advantage. And looks like Cornswallow doesn't really care, going to keep on doing what he's doing. Banelings inside the natural are going to hold off this kind of Ling aggression from Neo Potato.
Yeah, very nice Sim City here from Cornswallow with this Evo Chamber, the Spine Crawler, and the Queen. It's really hard for Neo Potato to do any sort of aggression with these Lings because they get funneled into Banelings, Spine Crawlers, and Queens.
Yeah, you never want to funnel your Lings into Banelings, I can tell you that firsthand. It's not the winning move, believe it or not. And
actually, it looks like Cornswallow is going to be taking his third base here now, but Potato has a single Ling sitting there, and he'll be able to take out that drone.
Yeah, that drone's not going to get there. And it's actually going to die, and that's a big pain. Oh, nice extractor job there.
Nice extractor trick, and he's going to be able to get the Lings over there to kill off that Ling, and then he can just cancel the extractor and make his hatch.
Yeah, it looks like Neo Potato is going into the roach phase of the game, and there's the Spire out of Cornswallow again. So Cornswallow very comfortable with his strategy from last game and just says, you know, it worked, it won, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, what defense does Neo Potato have? He has Queens, he doesn't have an Infestation Pit, he's just now going to Lair. He hasn't thrown down a single Spore Crawler yet, so those mutas are still a good ways away. 50 seconds for it to finish, and another like 40 or so seconds to make the mutas.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good way away. Spore Crawlers, if it gets scouted, plenty of time to make the Spore Crawlers. Theoretically, as soon as you see the mutas with your scouting overlords across the map, you can begin to make the Spore Crawlers, and they'll be up in time. So Neo Potato's got some time.
Yes, he definitely does, and we do have the Infestation Pit coming down here from Neo Potato, and you know, they're so incredibly good, and whoa, those two Banelings just were killed off somehow. I wasn't even paying attention there. Oh, it looks like those were a couple Lings from I was actually looking at the Lings kind of streaming across the map, and there's a big swath of Lings at Neo Potato's base, and oh, we have those are Neo Potato's roaches.
See, the purple pink is messing with us again, man. We were like, oh, this third's under attack. Oh,
wait, no, that's just the defending Lings.
The third is now finishing up for Cornswallow, slightly behind here, but the drones are minoritying over there, and they're going to be mining away. Look at the income tab, 60 to 51 in favor of Neo Potato. 9 Lings is a pretty good advantage on ZVZ. The income a little bit better for Neo Potato because he's had that third up longer.
Yeah, and the mutas have just now popped, and they're all popping from the same base pretty much, and these are going to do some pretty good damage, and actually, does Neo Potato have anything watching this? He does see it with an Overseers now, so he knows that the mutas are coming, but
he should know anyway. But 2 Spore Crawlers do go down, not at the third though, and that's no bueno at all.
There's one at the third. There's now 2 at the third, but the mutas are gonna have plenty of time to just keep denying them.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna go down. There's 4 up now. Maybe 1 will finish just because he's gonna focus on all of the other ones, but I can't say that this is a good situation at all for Neo Potato. All these drones here are going to die, and these Spore Crawlers could still die theoretically. And 2 Spore Crawlers do look like they will finish because they weren't focused down there by Cornswallow at all. But looks like he's going to go after him right now anyway, saying, I can afford
almost microed one away, but here comes an Infester. And he's knocking a fungal off.
Oh my gosh, it was on move command. Such terrible control. I hate to say it like that, but that could have actually just saved... That could have destroyed those mutas,
oh, yeah,
but
one fungal and those mutas are nothing. But we have a big roach attack into the third of Cornswallow, and he might actually get this third.
Yeah, he did use that burrow micro movement, snuck right up in there because there was no detection. The third does go down for Cornswallow, and the tides have turned a little bit. Neo Potato was the one losing his hatch in the last game, and Cornswallow losing his hatch here. In this game, these roaches don't actually have the movement, so they're going to sit there and just kind of chill. There should be an Overseer. There is an Overseer morphing right outside the third. It is swinging in right now, and that will pretty much be the end of days here. Oh, is he really going to... Oh, there we go. There they go. And should clean these up just fine here. Looking back here now at the base of Neo Potato. 2 hatches down, some drones there that have been rebuilt. Metal Teeth, we're kind of in a little weird stalemate place right now.
Yeah, neither player really feels like they want to attack. We are going up to high from Cornswallow. Looks like he's probably going to go to those ultras again. Let's take a look at the gas count. Cornswallow has gases. He does have all gases taken. Let's see, does Neo Potato have all gases taken? He also has all of his gases taken, so it's 6 gas on 6 gas, and ooh, Cornswallow just taking his 4th base here at the front forward position.
Yeah, going to go ahead and grab that 4th. That's extra larva. That's extra money. I mean, sooner or later, that main's going to start to dry out. There's 500 minerals left on the patches in the main, and they're going to need that here as the Ultraless Den does get plopped down there from Cornswallow. What are the upgrades? 0-1 for Cornswallow. Hasn't been very diligent about his upgrades at all.
Yeah, I've noticed this. It seems like he does this every single time. You know, he doesn't get his upgrade, or his Ling upgrades are 2 attack, 1 armor. It seems like he like holds off the upgrades until he gets the Ultra's Cavern, which, I mean, it's winning him these games, but if he plays a ZVZ player that goes for very early, very heavy Ling aggression, a lot more than Neo Potato is, he won't hold it.
Right, and I think that's something that we might see come out later in this tournament maybe, but for now I guess it's working out for him. Cornswallow in a pretty good position, down in supply right now, but that third base has been reestablished. Drones going over there. What's the drone count like right now? 62 to 67 in favor of Cornswallow, so that's actually been back and forth. Cornswallow having a bit of an economically. Now he just needs to be able to sustain a little bit until he can get some ultras out.
Yeah, and the first 2 ultras are on the way. Neo Potato is just getting his hive now, and these mules are actually going to get fungal. Oh, nice fungals there. The mules are going to die finally.
Could chain fungal those, especially with the queen there.
Oh, but he's actually picking off both of those, 2 of those infestors.
Oh, wow. We have pull those infestors back, Rohan. No, looks like all but 2 of those infestors.
He's going to get a third.
Yeah, wow. He could actually theoretically get the last one if he pulls it into a better position. Just going to go home and save the 1 Muta. I don't know if that was actually cost efficient.
Here comes the Ling of Roaches from Neo Potato pushing up into the kind of the upper half of the map of Cornswallows, but the ultras are already out, and a lot of infestors are here too.
Yeah, well, here are the infestors. Infestors could get a sick fungal off on those roaches that were clumped, but no.
Looks like go ahead Neo Potato pulls back as soon as he sees the ultras there, and that's a good decision. He needs to get something to catch him. He's getting adrenal glands. I love that play.
Yeah, I love that. Cracklings are just so good. We're going to switch into more Ling style here. Oh, the Ling is going to get their surround, but Lings from Neo Potato do come up and join the battle as well. Ultras are here. Where are the infestors? A huge fungal could be happening right now, but the infestors
are too slow behind. There's the fungals going down finally. And Neo Potato's are throwing out infested Terrans, but the ultras are just going to clean all that up and...
actually, it looks like it's going to push Cornswallow back.
Yes, it is. The infested Terrans pushing back enough, and the roaches are faster than the infestors.
Yeah, I mean, those infestors could all die. I would like to see a fungal thrown off just for defensive purposes, but look at the supply counts, Metal Teeth, 161 to 133. 40 Lings are about to pop, and Cornswallow in a really good position supply-wise, and all these roaches here are going to get cleaned up by these Ultralists.
And the thing is, though, those infested Terrans are really good, but they're just energy, and now the infestors of Cornswallow are kind of out of energy.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what the play here from Neo Potato is going to be as soon as he retreats back. 2 Ultralists are on the way now for Cornswallow, 2 on the way for Neo Potato, 6 infestors. I don't know if the infestors are going to help him anymore.
I mean, when you're dealing with a Ling army, yeah, those infestors can definitely help some, because it stops the Lings from getting a good surround on the Ultras.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it does.
And also the key is Cornswallow's 4th base now has been up and running for a while. He's just using it for gas at the moment. He'll probably transfer workers as his main starts to get mined out, but here we go. The Lings and Ultras from Cornswallow moving forward.
And it looks like we do get a pretty good position here from Neo Potato, but look at this. There's so many Ultralists, and Neo Potato, I can't actually tell whose Ultras are who right now, but it looks like Cornswallow is just cleaning up Neo Potato.
And really he's the one throwing up the infested Terrans, and everything I think is just going to go down here. He's going to lose his hatches.
Yeah. I mean, we have a 193 Zerg from Cornswallow and 90 from Neo Potato, so more than 100 supply here. And Neo Potato well plays. Cornswallow takes this 2-0 and eliminates Neo Potato from the tournament.
Yes, and that means that Cornswallow is going to be in next season's regional